Well, our reclining chair finally broke apart, so I disassembled it, turned it upside down. This board was broken right out, and those joints at the back were getting really wobbly, and so I put this board back in place and braced it with some angle brackets, and I put some angle brackets in the back as well just to strengthen it up. I also drilled a hole and put some 2-inch screws right through endways into there, so I've made that good and sturdy. There are some issues with the mechanical parts of the base as well, which I'm going to be repairing, so we'll fix it up and see if we can preserve it for another day, keep it out of the landfill. I definitely recommend that anybody that's buying a piece of furniture like this, reclining chair, and if I ever buy one again, the first thing I'll do is turn it upside down and put some reinforcement in, because they just put these together with wire staples, air-driven wire staples. It's just zoom bang boom on the assembly line, and they're not really built to last. But if you went in there and put some reinforcing angle brackets in there when it was brand new, it would make it last a great deal longer. Okay, this is where the rod for the reclining lever passes through. You can see on the other side that there's a bushing there that presses into the hole, and it's still in pretty good shape. The bushing on this side is worn out and completely disappeared, and it's actually wearing a groove through the square rod. So I'm going to try and make a new bushing with a PVC 1/2-inch pipe nipple. Now, it's a 1/2-inch square tube, so across the diagonal it's 0.6 inches. So I need to make the nipple a little bit bigger inside, and we're going to have to file out the hole to fit that in there. That shouldn't be a problem. But to size this out, I don't have the right size reamer, but I do have a tapered reamer, and what I've been doing is just pushing on it and turning it on the reamer, gradually getting it sized out so that it will fit over the square tube. Okay, with the reamer clamped in the vise, I'll just use hand pressure and slowly get it out to size. Okay, it was a bit of a tedious job, but I got the PVC nipple size out to fit. I actually moved on from the reamer to a round file, coarse round file, and I found I made progress much quicker that way. So now we've got a nice bushing. So I got to do some work on the base to fit that through the hole. I use the Dremel for that, and this groove that's wearing through here, I think I'll touch that up with a bit of JB Weld. Hopefully that'll strengthen it enough to make it. Has been worn oblong by the shaft as it wore, but it won't fit the nipple through, so we have to oversize the hole a little bit. And best tool for that job, of course, is a good old Dremel. There we go, like a glove. Okay, so we've got the bushing filed out so that the shaft will fit through it. And I've taken lock nuts from a 1/2 inch electrical cable connectors, which just happens to be the right size to thread onto a 1/2 inch pipe fitting. And we'll thread those on there so that when we pass it through the hole, it'll keep it in place. Very, very light clamp force on these if you're using a locking type pliers, because you squeeze those out around very easily. And just thread it on there till it snugs up. Of course, being a pipe thread, it's tapered and it'll get tighter as you go. And you just want to make it snug. It doesn't have to be too tight. It's just to keep it from slipping out of there endways. That's good enough. Add it from a different angle here so that you get the hacksaw in there. I'll just take the deburring tool and clean the edge up. There we go. Got a new bushing that should last forever. Got the base set in place. Now it needs to be screwed back on. Okay, the epoxy's all set up here. We've filled in the groove that was worn. Now this is a steel rod. Magnet sticks. If it was aluminum, I wouldn't even bother trying this. I'd be replacing it right off the bat. So now we need to file this down to size so that it will fit through the bushing. JB weld, it's quite workable. You can file it, sand it, shape it, do whatever you want with it. Pay particular attention to the corners. There, that should hopefully hold up and make it last. Okay, we got the control rod mounted back in there. Works nice and smooth. So we'll mount the footrest back on there and flip it over and put the back on, and it should be done. Okay, footrest is on. This worked fine. Let's turn it up. If you're trying to move a reclining chair in and out of your house, and you're finding that you're having a hard time getting it through the doors and around the corners, check and see if the back is detachable. A lot of times they are. This one here, it just slides in place. Got these release catches here. Slide those in. Snap. That's it. Straight out here. Oh. Oh, good as new. Maybe even a little better. Well, for about $7 worth of hardware and a little bit of labor, we kept that chair out of the landfill for the time being. Should work just fine for a while longer yet.